Or...
Uh-oh. A bad feeling comes over you as you look around this room. The small desk chair had been knocked over and you see a fresh blood stain on the rug.
Well, I wonder if somebody died recently.
Yeah, I found this first that's why I was like super shocked because I didn't even find this I didn't find this screen yet.
Yeah,
I've never found him in
interesting.
Wilbur's room, so I'm really shocked.
This game is full of surprises.
Damn it. Can't spell. Type rather. Okay, well let's look at his desk. He was writing something. Clarence has left his notebook on the small writing desk.
Read!
And that...
Oh,
Oh, we're just flying now.
time is passing.
There's a few scenes that I missed. But that's
Oh, I'm
okay.
sure, but you know.
You notice that just one page has been written on, and today's date, May 27th, 1925, heads it. Curiously, you read the rest. It says, I'm terribly apprehensive about what's going on here. I can't say why, just call it a bad sensation, but as the evening wears on, I'm feeling more and more alone. Where's Wilbur? Where's Gertie? Where's Gloria? Could they have left without me? Is there a way to leave the island that I'm not aware of? Still, the spine-tingling feeling won't leave, and frankly, I'm scared.
Well,
Yep.
there's a good reason for that, sir.
Okay, that's all, I think, that he was writing about. I am still shocked. I've never found him in Wilbur's bed before. I remember finding Clarence, I think, on the
In a
bayou.
bathtub?
Oh, yeah, in the bathtub. You're right. You can find him in the bathtub, too.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. I thought maybe I had found him on the bayou, but yeah, you can find him in the bathtub. I'm gonna...
Maybe he's all of the places. They're actually triplets. They're all dead.
Oh, my. You can find Gloria in different places as well.
Hmm.
So let's see here.
I mean, we can obviously use the light, the lantern now
Yes,
in the
yes.
garden.
Yes, we can go downstairs into the garden. The Garden of Evil.
We should do that.
I'm gonna feed Polly a cracker, though, because I like hearing all the different things. Oh, there's a glass here. Was that here before?
I don't know.
You see an empty glass. Examine. Well,
X
again,
paint.
again.
Playing
It's
too
it's
much.
my setup here. Of course you're not close enough. I'm never close enough. Picking up the glass, you use Wilbur's monocle as a magnifying glass and notice a faint fingerprint.
That, again, you can't do anything with. There's an awful lot of fingerprints in here that are apparently useless.
Well, you get not points. You obviously don't get points in this game, but the more you complete, the more you find, the more it adds to your final ending. It adds
Yeah.
to your meter of how well you're doing. So it's cool, and it's just cool to be a detective, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Rock, sleep tight, my pretties. Rock, in the basement. The basement.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
We should go to the basement then.
Maybe
That's
so.
a little.
Of course, the only way to get to the basement, I think, is through the laundry chute. But we are going to find a different way to
Right.
the basement. The cellar is now locked. Jeeves locked it, and he is dead. I'm just gonna go see if Sully is still okay. I think the chicken's gone. Is it?
Maybe it's
I don't
sleeping.
see it. You cautiously knock on the door of the old shack, but retrieve no answer. You try opening the door, but discover it's locked. I suspect that Sully is still alive. She's just scared out of her mind right now
Probably,
Yeah.
yes.
and does not want to deal with me at the moment.
Plus, her rolling pin is gone, and that's traumatic.
That is. I don't think I could ever get over that. I'm going to save my game right here. We'll just replace. We're almost done at this point, so let's
Yeah.
see. Trapdoor. Light.
Light that lantern.
I think you find the lanterns I think you find the matches for the lantern later in the game, so you don't go down here too early in the game. That's kind of nice. There's so many ways to miss things in this game, but it's nice that they have a little tiny bit of mercy. This looks like an underground passage of some sort. Boy, it sure is dark down here. The sudden sound of scurrying rats causes your heart to begin beating wildly. There's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
I think that's a T-Rex. We should notify notify someone here. All right.
As I was saying earlier, she's just become an archaeologist. They got bones right there.
I mean, we do kind of dabble in a little bit of archaeology in the next game.
Mm-hmm.
It appears you've discovered an old sealed-off portion of the basement. You notice some outdated laundry paraphernalia in the form of a laundry chute, a wash tub, and a broken-down wringer. You can barely make out a pile of something underneath the chute. As you can see, we are right next to Jeeves's, I think, bedroom over there. And this is a cool shot, probably my favorite in the game. So the closer and closer you get to the body, it lights up. Look! A pile of dead bodies!
Oh, that's pretty nasty.
Someone had cruelly dumped the bodies of Gertie, Wilbur, Gloria, Ethel, Fifi, Jeeves, and Clarence down the old laundry chute. It is scary when you first discover this. For me, when I was younger, it was scary. Because you knew it was you knew it was a pile of bodies, but it was still really scary. I didn't even discover it when I played this with my friend back in junior high, because I didn't discover anything. I still beat the game, but I didn't do anything like this to really figure out what was really going on.
That's quite a thing to miss.
So I want to get out of here. I don't know about you. Dude, I love that lighting, though. Isn't that neat?
That is really cool.
It's really neat. Okay. There's a thing in the wall here.
Nothing special.
It looks as if two opposite walls have been bricked up. On the left wall, you notice a bricked up portion. Next to one bricked up portion, you notice a small metal plate. Look plate. I think I do have what I need.
Would that be the
crane?
The crank?
The crank or the the crank. I just combined these two words. I don't know if you noticed.
The crane.
The crane. And it got the crane. Yeah, the crank.
Crank the crank. I don't know.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's the same thing again.
You see a small metal plate. There is a hole in the middle of the plate. Put a crank in hole. There. Jesus. With some effort, with a lot of effort on the player's end, you are able to insert the crank into the hole of the small metal plate. It fits perfectly.
Sweet.
I think we can just use the crank or turn crank, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
As you slowly turn the crank, a secret panel opens up to another passage. This is another thing you can miss completely. You can simply just go back upstairs. You don't have to get the crank. You don't have to do that kind of subplot with Sarah and the war and finding all of that secret stuff here. So this leads you to somewhere completely different.
Yes.
And I think it's so cool. When I did all the stuff with that other storyline, I thought it was cool. You have come upon some stairs leading upward. You wonder where they might lead.
To the national treasure.
Kind of. It does lead to treasure. This is the tomb, actually.
Nicolas Cage is in here somewhere.
Whoa. No, wait, that's Keanu Reeves. Doesn't Nicolas Cage do that too? Isn't he like?
I'm sure he does. Similar bland acting.
You have entered a cold, dark tomb. From moonlight shining in through a stained glass window, you can make out 4 vaults in the wall and a stone sarcophagus on the floor. Each vault has a nameplate above it. The tomb door is barred on this side, so we can't get out that way. But we can open these. You can't do that. Okay, hang on.
Use crowbar.
Look, tomb. Oh, look, vault, I meant. Sorry. There's vaults now. We're in the tomb.
I would assume you have to use the crowbar.
Okay.
Right?
Use crowbar on vault.
Yeah.
I'm not close enough. I could have a compilation. You know, I'll use it here then. Because maybe I'm close enough to this one.
Sure.
You're not close enough? What am I doing wrong?
I don't know. You gotta be. What?
For fuck's sake. Ugh.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait.
for
Use
heaven's sake.
crowbar to open vault. Maybe.
Are you kidding?
No. I'm just saying maybe.
Yeah, that's it.
Ugh.
I'm pretty sure it should have taken my last
Yeah.
command.
Use crowbar on. It's like I could just imagine that you're like putting it up against it.
It takes so many other vague commands, but not that one.
Mm-hmm.
You insert the crowbar into the small opening between the vault door and the tomb wall. You then pull it with all your might. With a loud crack, the door pops open. What's in it? Aha, that was the right one.
Well, there we go.
Let's see what's in there. The vault is open. Yes, thank you. Take pouch. I assume it's a pouch.
Yes.
You remove the leather pouch from the vault and take it with you. Now let's see what we just stole illegally. Ooh, marbles.
Marbles are good.
Yeah, it's the family's treasure. If for those who are like super confused, and if you're confused, Clint, we just found the treasure that the mom was talking about when she was leaving those notes for Sarah. The first note was in the Bible, the second note was in the knight's helmet. She said that, you know, you will find this crane here, you will find this crank here. We've hidden the treasure. Well, this is the family treasure.
Marbles. Yeah, well, you know.
And we can't actually exit this way. So we got to go all the way back. Yep. Past the horrific, sack of bodies again.
Yeah. Through the tube of dirt.
Yes. Yeah, this part was always super creepy. And I don't think you can actually die in this area. What?
That would be surprising. There's not like another guy to jump out from behind a box.
I don't think so. But the game always leads you to believe that there is because of all of those deaths. I want to do a video on death scenes from the Colonel's Bequest, kind of like how I did with Dagger. Because I think these are pretty cool too. They don't go over the top until Dagger though.
I don't know. Some of these are pretty absurd. You know, cleaved in half. And
Yeah.
the ridiculous chandelier smushing you into a little bunch of pieces.
I can believe the chandelier more than I can believe the porcupine death in Dagger of Amon-Ra.
Pretty much anything's more believable than that.
But it's one of the most awesome death scenes ever.
It is.
It scared me when I was a little girl. All these things scared me as a little girl. That's why I played so many, to get over my fear of ridiculous things.
I'm sure
And it worked.
that's why you played, yes.
It is.
As opposed to it just being a happy side effect.
Actually, let's see if we can... I think we can accurately deduce that Lillian is probably behind all of these murders at this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and see if she's in her dollhouse.
Yeah.
Damned well.
Well... Does the murderer ever change? This isn't one of those, right? Where the murderer is different?
No, but you can get the murderer incorrect.
Oh, okay.
Well,
there's that.
I mean, the first time I played it, when I said that I didn't get anywhere, I didn't know who the murderer was because I didn't figure it out, you know?
Yeah, you didn't find all the stuff.
So you cannot find out who the murderer is. Yes. Gotta...
Interesting.
Yeah. There's a chalkboard. Yes.
She's teaching them how to murder, or she's keeping track of her murders.
Wow. Hi, Lillian.
What's she doing to those dolls?
That's you.
Oh, our visitor is talking to us. Pay attention now. You pay attention too, person who's supposed to be reading. What? We don't want any visitors. No, we don't want anybody to know our secret. Our visitor will have to leave.
Lillian?
She's gone,
She's gone.
completely. You have to go. We don't want to play with you right now. Maybe if we ignore her, darling, she will go away. Hush. Oh, man.
Lillian is lost in her own world. She doesn't seem to even notice you anymore.
This was your friend, Laura.
I don't know what happened in the time span of a day.
Seriously.
Lillian is caught up in some fantasy world with those dolls. She's not listening to you. I think it's a chalkboard. You see a small chalkboard on the wall. Strange. There are 7 tally marks on it.
Strange?
Yeah. So if you weren't convinced that it was Lillian before,
yeah,
you should be convinced now.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Still the Colonel.
It's still the Colonel. We can always go, oh, there's a couple things in this room.
Appears to be some things broken here.
Well, the cabinet is open, not surprisingly.
Of course.
Cautiously, you peek inside the open door of the cabinet. Not surprisingly, part of the Colonel's weapons collection is housed there. Within the cabinet, you see an Australian boomerang, a steel cutlass, a mace, and an antique crossbow, but no pearl-handled dagger, because
yes.
Clarence owns that now.
Forever.
There used to be a gun in this case. Oh!
Oh, the silver derringer.
Someone broke the glass case and took the silver derringer. So someone has a gun now.
Great.
Somebody has a gun. Well, you know who it's not, because they're dead.
Yeah.
Well, I think the best course of action is to just tell the Colonel what's going on here, you know?
Is he going to listen this time?
No.
Of course not.
I don't think so. But we'll see. See what he has to say. I think, is Lillian and Sully the only people left now? Is everyone else pretty much gone?
Yeah, and the dog again. What happened to Rudy?
Oh yeah, Rudy is still somewhere. I don't know where he is though.
Still somewhere.
He's still somewhere. Colonel is still just kind of hanging out. I want to ask the Colonel about Rudy. Ask.
Yeah. What's his dirty secret?
Maybe I can pry it out of him.
Go talk to him yourself if you care so much. She's your friend. Why do I care?
Oh, God.
I could care less. He really doesn't. He's too old to care.
It's strange that nobody would just kill the Colonel and then split the savings from the will. Instead, people are just greedy as fuck. You know, they just want all of it.
Well, yeah, they want all of it for themselves.
I found Rudy.
Uh-huh. I see that. As it approaches 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at him.
You see nothing special.
Well, that's true. Well, let's talk to him.
Beat it, kid. This ain't none of your business. That's pretty much the story of this entire game. Did you hear me? You know what's good for you. You leave alone something. Leave me alone right now. Yeah.
He's all flustered. Rudy ignores you as he continues his seemingly futile searching. I wonder what he is looking for. Maybe the diary, something to persecute Lillian with.
Yeah, maybe he has his own suspicions.
Colonel's gone again.
That guy gets around.
I'm gonna see maybe if I can catch him in the act of moving around again.
Of walking without a...
Of walking. There is nothing of interest in the Colonel's room.
Just darkness.
But we could try to perhaps, we could try to spy on Rudy as he is, looking around. There we go. That's the trigger. Act 8. We find Sully praying. I'm surprised she has the balls to be in here after what happened to Wilbur.
I know, right? I thought she was locking herself up in her place.
Not that she knows that, but...
Yeah, or does she?
What are you doing here, girl? Something mighty terrible's happening. Evil spirits is all around us. I think we're going to die before this night is over.
We are gonna
We
die!
gonna die? Pray, child, pray. Maybe the good Lord will show some pity on us and help us.